Welcome back to another YouTube video. Time to talk about Raw AEW Dark, which was literally just Jimmy Havoc versus some jobber, and Jimmy Havoc wins. AEW Dark talk over Raw and Impact Wrestling. So, Raw starts with VIP Lounge segment. MVP brings all the Money in the Bank competitors out. Well, the Raw side, which is Apollo Crews, Aleister Black, Rey Mysterio, ask him why they want to win Money in the Bank, and then answers it himself as MVP has wanted to do. So we get those three versus Angel Garza, Andrade, and Austin Theory because Zelina comes out and says nobody cares about you three. They all care. Everybody cares about these three. So we get a 3-on-3. Apollo Crews beats Andrade. Apollo Crews pinned Andrade to win the match, which was interesting because I didn't think Apollo Crews was going to get the win here for his team, shall we say. Nia Jax, Shayna, and Asuka next. Wasn't a match. It was literally just a beatdown with Nia Jax standing tall. Kind of useless, but whatever. Bobby Lashley versus a jobber named Denzel DeJournay. Bobby Lashley wins. Enough said. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. Liv Morgan wins again. Okay. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott shouldn't really happen at this point anymore because if Liv Morgan's just going to keep winning, what's the point? Jinder Mahal versus Kira Tozawa. Jinder Mahal's back. Yay, I guess. Jinder Mahal beats Kira Tozawa because Apollo Crews versus Andrade for the U.S. Championship. Yep. Apollo Crews got a U.S. Championship shot after beating Andrade in the first match. Why he got it? Because he walked backstage, talked smack to Andrade, slapped him in the face, and Zelina was like, "You want it, you got it." So there you go. Leave the ring when Drew told him to. Basically, that's what he was out there for. So yeah, they both signed the contract. Then Drew Claymore kicks Buddy Murphy because Buddy Murphy comes out there. Well, his name's not Buddy Murphy now. His name's just Murphy. But either way, that was Raw. Now on Impact Wrestling. Suicide versus Trey Miguel versus Chris Bay versus Rahit Raju. Who wins? Chris Bay. Why does Chris Bay win? Well, basically because it was a fatal 4-way, and anybody could have won. So there really was no reason for him to win or lose or whatever. Because everybody, I'm sure all four of these guys are going to get exhibition title shot anyway. But yeah, Chris Bay probably could stake his claim to get the first title shot after beating these guys. He beat one former X Division champion in Suicide, so there you go. If that argument will hold water for you. Tessa Blanchard shows up on screen talking about how she's not there. Eddie Edwards isn't there either. So there won't be an Impact Wrestling World Championship match tonight, obviously, because Eddie and Tessa aren't there. Joey Ryan versus Cousin Jake. And Joey Ryan wins. Joseph P. Ryan, obviously. Joey Ryan wins with a super kick. 2 super kicks, actually. Rosemary's at the bar talking to Taya over the phone. She's like, "Taya, why am I competing in this Full Metal Mayhem match?" She's like, "You should be." And Taya's complaining about Jordynne Grace. Rosemary says, "Oh, well, it's not against Jordynne Grace, it's against Havoc." So there you go. Rosemary and Havoc, Full Metal Mayhem match. Match was good. Weapon spots galore, as expected. Rosemary wins, and Nevaeh, indie women's wrestler Nevaeh, is now signed to Impact Wrestling. So there you go. Nevaeh is your newest signee. Then we go backstage, and Willie Mack and Rich Swann are talking. Willie Mack's talking about how he's champ now. Rich Swann basically talking the same thing, talking about how he supports his best friend. Johnny Swinger comes up and says, "Remember how you promised me a shot? Yeah, don't forget." So Willie Mack versus Johnny Swinger for the Impact X Division Championship at some point. All right, so then we get our main event: Michael Elgin, Moose, and Hernandez. Who wins the main event? Moose. Does that mean that Moose is next in line for a world championship shot after Michael Elgin and Eddie Edwards? Sure, why not? Now, granted, it wasn't a number one contenders match, but I'm sure Moose wants the world title at some point because Tessa did say she'd fight Michael Elgin and Eddie Edwards, so she has to do that match before she does a match against Moose. I would assume that would make logical sense. Anyways, that's everything. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys then.